Hi, I'm Jaspal. I'm the current RBC Emerging Artist in Residence here at the Robert McLaughlin Gallery. In Gallery A, you're going to see a lot of works created using a painting process called photo transfer. And the way I specifically do it is by printing photos I've taken with my phone with a laser printer that I've hacked, which means my printer thinks it has color in its system, but in reality it does not. And what happens is my pictures come out looking very distorted. They look often like watercolors, pencil drawings, and frescoes. And from this point, I will select an image, scan it, enlarge it, and piece by piece transfer it onto a surface. And this is done by taking the image that I've enlarged using gesso paint. I'll paint over the image and then stick it onto a surface. And then after 24 hours, I will let it dry, and with water, I'll remove the paper, and what will happen is the ink will adhere to the surface. As a final last step, I will paint over the image my personal interpretations and memories of the image I've transferred. So I use my phone as a sort of sketchbook. It allows me to take photographs really quickly and with a volume that's exponential. So what this does for me is it challenges me as a painter. Why should I even paint? When we look at a photograph, we think the photos that we see are very real. So why should I paint? So what this does for me is it questions what we see when we look at a photograph. We see it to be very real, but in the end it's not showing all the things that we see internally when we live a scenario that we photograph. For example, our memories and things that we change when we're living in that moment. So when it comes to painting the photographs that I've captured, I try to reimagine the things that I've experienced, my memories and things I've changed from what the photograph captured. The title of the exhibition is actually a phrase every kid says and every adult hears: can I play outside? And this sentence of a question came to me while I was in lockdown and we were all in the scenario that we can only look outside but not engage. And this reminded me of the times that I was a kid not being able to play outside because of weather conditions. But I always knew that eventually I will get to go outside, so I would just animate the landscape through my window. I feel that as adults we often forget the importance of play, and it's a very important way to learn and distress and to even experiment different strategies without even thinking about it. And kids do this a lot, but as adults perhaps we forget to do that. And so this is the question that I want to pose to the audience that comes into the gallery: can I play outside? For me, when I was a kid growing up in Toronto, I would go to the exhibitions of the AGO with my class, but not really engage and understand the works that I was seeing. I could tell that they were technically amazing and really fantastic works, but I wasn't so attached to the works. I would find myself just animating the images with my own interpretations. And so at the RMG, I want visitors to actually do that themselves. When they come in, I want them to see my images, but completely imagine their own scenarios within them. My works do represent spaces that are public, So the memories I painted, they're mine, but everyone has their own. And so this is an aspect that I want visitors to play with, to really engage with the work for themselves. And for the first time here at the RMG, I'll actually have a work where visitors will be able to virtually draw in their memories and interpretations of the work that they see. And I'm really excited for this because every time a visitor will come in and draw their own interpretation, their interpretation will be in dialogue with all the works on display. So the workspace will be changing continuously based on visitors that come in. 2020 has been a really unusual year for everybody, and for me, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here at the RBC Artist Incubator Lab. It's been a really productive, positive, and encouraging experience. I've learned so much from the team here at the RMG, and also from visitors that have shared their thoughts and ideas while I was making the work. And all this positivity that I've experienced, I really hope that visitors, when they come in, they forget about some of the stuff that's happening outside and just have fun playing and engaging with the art in a very fun way.